Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link, it'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Somebody said, put me in the game, Coach Smook. Let's go, chat.
Let's go. Let's get it, chat. Let's get it. How y'all feeling this morning? Good morning, everybody. Hopefully everybody can hear me pretty good. I'm trying out the new headset mic. Y'all let me know how it sound. Got a new setup. I'm not finished with my desk yet. We got to finish editing the desk. We got a logo being made for it. But next week, or maybe tonight, y'all will see me streaming from behind that desk behind me. We're gonna have that desk pulled up to the front here, and y'all gonna see a new setup here. We working from our new office, baby. We working from our new office. Y'all give it up. Working from our new office, man. Y'all, hey. Oh man, y'all is silly just like me, man. I appreciate y'all for being here. As a matter of fact, 1 second, let me do something real quick. I need to test something out real quick. Try something real quick, chat. And let me know how my audio sounds. The mic sound good? Sounds great. Thank you, Duran. What's good, brother? Thank you for checking in over on Facebook. Mary J, pull that up again so we can see that Facebook logo right there, man. Hey, listen, if you're on Facebook, this is what we want to see, man. We want to be able to recognize you on every platform that we're live on right now. We're currently live on Facebook, on both pages, both the Coach Smook and the Senator Hines Jr. page. That's my personal page. If you're trying to add me on Facebook, do not do it. I have about 49 friend requests still sitting there from probably like 2 years ago, and I promise you I'm not going to. We got enough friends on Facebook. Let's just stay friends here, okay? Let's just stay friends right here. Let's just stay cool. Everybody stay cool. All right, appreciate y'all, man. Hey, we're live on YouTube here on the Coach Smook Network, at Coach Smook on YouTube, and then also on Twitch and Twitter at Coach Smook. So y'all go make sure y'all check that out, man. How does the mic sound? It feels good. This is more my speed. We back in the booth. Junior's the audio sounds better with the headset. Okay. And I feel like it's not as loud. I'm not yelling. I'm talking regular. I feel like with that mic, I be yelling. It makes everything in my ears a lot more louder. I don't know what it is with this setup like this, but I think we're gonna rock with it. I think we can rock with it. So appreciate y'all for being here again, and thank y'all. Can y'all hear the crowd better now? Can y'all hear the crowd cheering when we do the crowd cheer and all that? Bama Boy 22, I post a link in the chat up so you can join the family. Oh yeah. Bama Boy 22. I was saying, for people that are having issues trying to become a member of the AAA family, by joining on your mobile phone, you might have to do it through a PC or a tablet. It's better to do it on the computer or the tablet if you want to go ahead and become a member. And you all saw how to become a member of the AAA family at the beginning of the show. Shout out to the Coach Smook Network and our team of graphic editors, myself, Thad, and even BT contributing on the back end with some ideas for our new intro that we have. And I haven't been getting any videos. People, you got to submit your videos. Mary J, it's a banner at the bottom with our network email, coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com. If you all want to submit a video for the new intro, we're going to be pushing a new intro. I want to get a lot of community interaction and community faces and stuff on the new intro. It's going to be about a 1.5 minute intro. This intro going to be dynamic. I promise you. Y'all see the creativity happening on the network. We got some people assisting us with some of our creative design concepts. And so we're going to be putting some heat out there over the next few days. Over the next few weeks, next coming weeks and months going into the season. So I definitely want my community to be a part of it. Y'all are the main reason why we are growing. And it's going to be fire. So I appreciate y'all for being here today. But topics of conversation, we're here at the going into the 10-minute mark here. The topics of conversation today, and good morning to everybody in the chat. As a matter of fact, we right here at the 9:15. Let's go ahead and run the roll call real quick, Mary J. Start at the top for me, and then we're gonna work our way down. Started with my guy, y'all know who it is, Zach, jumping in early. Zach saying roll tide. What's good, Zach? Good to see you, my guy. And who else we got? My sister Deborah, her pretty self, y'all. Good morning, Deborah. Glad to see you, roll tide. Greetings, good to see you. Okay, then we got Dylan. Dylan checking in. Yo, Dylan been active. He said he was gone for a few weeks, but he's back. Then my brother Deron Jones, man. Hey, he grew up with me, man. He's one of my mentors when it comes to the keys. When y'all hear me playing on Sundays, he was definitely an intricate part of my development, man. My mom used to sing in his mom's group. They had a singing group back in the day, and they used to tear the Southeast up, man. So yeah, them some memories right there. Shout out to my guy Ayo Sully. He ran home and went to sleep last night. They want to get that BTA. And speaking of BTA, man, I was BTAing last night. If you did not tune in to TikTok Live last night, you missed a time, boy. Your boy was going in until the last game. We had to find a cheeser. Gave somebody a chance in the chat, and they just, man. They had to, man. They did. Had to do the cheesy stuff. Can't beat me. All right, they can't beat me. But yeah, appreciate everybody. And then I think that's everybody. Jeff, what's up, man? I got no patience when we get in the news. Look, Jeff, you're going to have some patience stepping up in here. You ain't even say good morning or nothing. I bet your breath stink. You ain't got the eye boogers out your eye. Well, what's your problem? Good morning, though. What's up, Bama boy? I see you in there. What's up, Jason? I get to see you, my boy. My boy Jason be out here working. Big homie, good to see you, my boy. Corey Glover, what's good, man? Good to see you. Checking in on Twitter. And then my guy Greg McKinney tapping in, man. Good to see everybody tapping in, man. Hey, after 12, when we gonna start earlier tonight? If you down, I ain't running. That boy running, man. Anyways, man, appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. It's been a vibe. It's been a good time all week. So we want to continue the energy by going into the show, talking about literally what Jeff is demanding. And I'm not going to speak on it because I didn't almost get in trouble, but there's bigger plans in store for Alabama. The information is very accurate. If you all are wondering about that, it's very accurate. But if you all remember, and I'm gonna throw this nugget out there, and this is public. This is public, so y'all can take this, clip it, do whatever you want to, and revert back to it revert back to how I've done this throughout my whole time since I've entered into this lane of the industry, right? I want you all to take this and do with it what you please. But when you do something with it, do it in remembrance of Coach Smook and how Coach Smook does things. Somebody asked me yesterday in the chat. They was like, they said, how Coach Smook, how you be moving? Like, how he be moving? And I told him, I said, everybody knows how I move. They don't know how I move. And that's the way I want to keep it. So if you jump in my inbox, especially, I had a situation right before we came live. It almost threw me off. You jump in my inbox, you start talking like, man, you was wrong, this, that, and the third. I'm going to laugh at you, first of all. I'm going to laugh at you. One, because you're, what's good, Russell? Good to see you. One, because if you're supporting me, one, it's a way to approach this type of space. Especially when I don't even, it's hard to even know if you really support. I don't see you around enough. You know, I don't see you sharing the content or anywhere or anything like that. So, but then like the audacity to like try to critique my work. Like I don't come to your page and be like, man, that steak had, you know, it was way too pink in the middle. It wasn't seasoned up. Like I don't do that. So that's the approach I try to bring. But for all the fans that are wondering, man, if you all look at last year, man, presentation is everything with this staff and this new wave of recruiting. You see swing commits happening. You see big momentum moves happening. What up, Big Bama? Good to see you, my boy. My boy tapped in. So the thing is, you see guys kind of get in. I don't necessarily say cahoots, but you remember last year we talked about the super group text, right? The super commit group text or whatever we was calling it. It's similar type of feels around this 26 class. And I say that to say this, presentation is everything. You know, it's one thing to say I'm committing to Alabama, but it's one thing to say we committing to Alabama. So coordinated efforts are a must when you're trying to make impactful swings in recruiting. A lot of guys are looking across they're looking across the line of scrimmage and they're saying, okay, if he's going to be lined up over there, I want to be lined up with this dude. You know, I want to be, and that's perfectly fine. That's exactly how you want to do it. And then when you have a lot of guys, you have a situation where you have a lot of schematical fits with what you're recruiting. You want to see guys that are starting to build that continuity even in this process. And that's why you see that 25 class gelling and you know, I guess you could say translating onto the field or being able to transition into on-field production and on-field opportunities so soon in their careers because of that continuity that I believe that they've developed off the field. So that's kind of like the gist of it. Take that with what you want and do what you do. Mary J, why you put my sister comment up? Mary J, you did that on purpose. Y'all see that? Like my sister is so extra. She can't just come in here and say good morning, Smook, or good morning, little bro. She got to come in here and try to put the whole nickname in here. Pull the comment back up because we got about 2 minutes before we have to go into the segment. Pull the comment back up, Mary J. You want embarrassment? Go ahead. Put it up. Good morning to them. Since you want to call me by my nickname, good morning. Hold on. As a matter of fact, good morning to them. Yeah. That's it. That's all I want to say. Good morning, sister. Good to see you. Thank you for coming through and supporting your brother's content and supporting. Can I get a roll tide at least? Since you want to try to put my junk out there, you know what I'm saying? Y'all think it's funny, don't you? Y'all think it's funny? No, that's my real life big sister. Like, we came out the same womb. My mama farted and we came out. That's what happened. So, that's how it is. Y'all see what happened when families show up? They get you out of character. No, I'm just playing. But nah, welcome in. So it's good to see you. I'm happy to see you. It's good to see. It's always fun to see your family pull up and publicly supporting you, especially when they trying to put you out there. So thank you for pulling up, sis. But jumping into the topics, man, we're going to discuss just kind of the names that's going to be that arrived last night. I've been talking with Nick Abrams, man, my youngin, and I got some interesting feels around his recruiting visit this weekend. We have some of the other names on campus this weekend. We got Dash. He showed up last night. Spoke with him. I actually spoke with a few recruits across the country. I spoke with a few recruits across the country last night that Alabama had at some point. Alabama had been targeting 4-star, 5 stars, a couple of 3 stars, and it was kind of funny just seeing how many recruits I built relationships with over the past 2 years, 2.5 years. So, and that was before I even became a panelist or quote unquote classified an insider. So, it's kind of a journey that I'm enjoying. I can't wait to continue to grow, and I can't wait to continue to provide this quality content for y'all. So shout out to the 24 viewers over on YouTube. Make sure y'all run the likes up. We got 13 likes on the stream. And then shout out to all the viewers on the other platforms. We got 88 total between all platforms, 62 on Twitter. We got 1 on Facebook on my main page, and then we got 1 on Twitch. So if you all are looking to migrate between platforms, let me know how it looks. If you migrate, check in with a comment. That way I can pull it up on the screen. All my moderators, I know we got a lot of moderators in this chat right now. If you could take maybe 5 minutes out the show and give me a comment on one of the other platforms. We got moderator work this month. Remember, we said we're going to commit to it. So can we get at least one comment from you if you have the Twitch or the Twitter or either one? Just get those comments so we can get this algorithm rolling and get everybody tuned into the Coach Smook Network. And without further ado, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Let's make this happen. We're going to talk a little bit of Alabama football. We got we're talking weekend visits first, and then we're going to transition to what this team has looked like as far as anybody ever heard of pro football focus, PFF. I know y'all see the position group rankings, all those charts coming out, those graphics. We're going to talk about those today. Where does Alabama rank in all of those different categories? Running back room, wide receiver room, linebacker room, defensive line room. Where are the experts, quote unquote, ranking Alabama as far as those position groups? We're going to react to those today here on the Coach Smook Network. Get your thoughts and your feels in the comments, and maybe we might even open up the phone line and get you on the phone line and see if we can get some conversation going today here on the Coach Smook Network. So without further ado, somebody type in the chat and say, "Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Let's do it." You're talking about Jalen Milroe and the Pips, the perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
Not going to take us a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just still sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
Yes, sir. Let's get to it, man. Y'all, hopefully y'all are ready to get into some good conversation today. Why does my screen look like that? Okay, there we go. I see what happened. Let's get into the conversation, man. So we are talking today, Alabama recruiting weekend. Let me pull my notes out, y'all. I love my tracker I'm building right here. I want to share it with y'all, but I have too many people, like, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I got a tracker going right now, and we had a couple names get added to the list, as you all know. Well, we had one big name get added to the list. There are some late dragons. I haven't got confirmation on the names, but we had some late add-ons last night. That is going to be an interesting weekend. But some of the high-value targets, and we're going to have this done for the edit. I got to get all of our edits out. I don't know what happened with our editing software yesterday, but the server for the software was down, so we had to try to find a way to create some more content yesterday. But got a few big names on this visit this weekend. Couple of 5 stars. One in particular being Brandon Arrington. Seems to be a long shot for Alabama to get a serious commitment right now, or to really catch his interest and get him leaning away from Texas A&M and the Oregon fields that I'm getting around him. A California kid. A lot of people think that that's automatically USC, but I don't think USC is garnering a lot of heavy attention from a lot of in-state kids right now. Those in-state kids, they're seeing how they can get closer to the Southeastern Conference by being in Texas, Midwest range, and they're enjoying it, you know. And then just the state of Texas in itself provides the NIL type of, I guess you could say, level of NIL that those California kids are going to be used to. So Dash is one of those kids, man. He's going to come with a price. He's going to come with a price. You look at his film, you turn on the film. He's one of those guys that's going to why you with the ball in his hands. Can play in the secondary as a corner. Can play a one high safety at 6'2", 175, 180 right now. Not a big guy, very slender in build, which why I believe he wants to be lean more towards the wide receiver side of things. And at Alabama, you see this class that we're kind of bringing in, the receiver room, how it looks now, the depth in that room. When you look at a guy like Dash, you really want to give him an opportunity to develop at one key position, right? And he wants to be on both sides of the ball. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But talking to him and speaking with, looking at all his other visits that he's taken, the defensive talks are rising. People are his demand to be on the defensive side of the ball is rising. I think it's one of those things where maybe he's looking at what he's doing at the high school level and trying to factor that in, which I think he can go not necessarily Travis Hunter level, but what Jalen Mbakwe has done in his first year in the collegiate level. You see him get production at DB and then switch to wide receiver, and you see his growth there. Literally had 2 catches, I believe, in the Michigan game. Dash has the same type of potential, but I think people really see his upside. They see his value at the NFL level if he continues to progress and develop like he is. They see him being a first round corner. So I'm going to be interested to see how that conversation goes. Going down my list, Roman Voss, man. We talked a little bit about him the other day. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about Roman Voss yesterday, the Minnesota product. I have my chart. I'm gonna show. I think I should show y'all, or should I just wait for members only? I'll wait for members only to show y'all my chart because I'm not even gonna put no names out here on live for the other networks to start acting like they, this is new or they found it out. I'm gonna put out a members only live, and I'm gonna talk about these recruits that's popping up on our board, our target board. And what's crazy is the way I found out is I got thrown into a group message Tuesday when I got off stream. Y'all remember that, right? Yeah. So, but Roman Voss is a guy that on campus this weekend. You look at the build 6'4", 220. Him and Max Sutter are one and the same as far as skill sets. And those hard-nosed inside linebacker builds that you want in the middle of your defense. Smart kid, man. Smart kid coming out of Jackson County Central. Not necessarily the level or the competitive level of football you want to see coming from a guy his stature, but you look at him, man, 6'4", 220. He's not just mauling guys. He's dominating every play. It's not like he's taking plays off. We'll have his film pulled up at another time. But y'all should really go check him out. Roman Voss it's been a very quiet 4-star campaign for him throughout his recruiting. Not heavy with SEC schools. A lot of people are considering the level of competition that he's playing. I think he can develop into a quality rotational inside linebacker in his first 2 years at Alabama. He has the size. It'll be more so of getting up to speed. I think the change of speed at the next level is going to be something that he's going to have to take a year and adjust to. And at Alabama, you get an opportunity in this defensive scheme. You get an opportunity to do that. At the inside linebacker position, maybe not as much because you're directing most of the time, but you get to see how everything functions. So it forces your brain. A smart kid that his brain is sped up. He processes things at a high rate. It turns over pretty well, and it usually works out well for the squad and his growth. Nick Abrams, we was just talking about Nick Abrams. I got to speak on my younger man. This is somebody that I have a personal relationship with. Young man, Michigan is really, really heavy on the youngin. And it's funny because I think that's a perfect fit for him. 6'2", about 220, 225 now. Starting to fill out his frame. I think he's going to probably end up being an inside guy, at the next level, whoever he gets. But I think also with what Georgia is doing over there, it wouldn't be crazy to see him probably show some serious interest in Georgia. But coming into this weekend's visit, his ears are open, man. Nick Abrams is truly about setting himself up, past football, right? And a lot of things when you turn his film on as a 4-star, he's just raw talent. I think your pitch with him, as if I'm engaging in the pitch, the depth in the linebacker room is hard to, if you're not a for sure day one impact guy, if you're a developmental piece, my pitch to you is, man, you're literally there. You're it's not like you're not good enough. We want you here to develop with this depth. So when it's time to put this depth on the field, you're able to broadcast your skill sets. We're going to sharpen these parts of you. But when it's time for you to go, there's other guys out here that do that part of what you're working on. They do that great. So now you get to go out there and do what you specialize in. And that's what you see in skill sets when you talk about recruiting. A lot of people just want to go for names. But when I'm telling you right now, Kamari Brooks, Jamarian Matthews, Xavier Griffin, I know there are other names that you all want, right? There are other names that you all want, right? Kamarian Johnson. Those 4 names, but those are the 4 names that I see when I look at schematics and I say the defensive front. You're talking about putting 6 bodies, building basically trying to build a lineup in this recruiting class of 6 bodies in your defensive front that can fill the void. If you was to throw a freshman team out there, do they schematically do what you need them to do on the field schematically, just by what you judging on their highlight film? Just by their depth, that depth of knowledge in the scheme when you're talking to them on these visits. That's what matters. That's what matters. So, and then you look at the interior guys, and we're still talking about the front that have recently made visits. I'm talking about JJ Finch, another guy that I believe is going to be committed soon. Look at how they play in the scheme. An interior defensive lineman asset. He's going to be able to work, from the 1 to the 3. Might play a little zero technique over the center. We don't, because of how this defense, how flexible it is up front, getting multiple assets, multiple skill sets in similar frames, meaning in similar body sizes, is the goal. So it won't be crazy to see this staff go after 4 or 5 linebackers in this class with this linebacker room as stacked as it is. You're only losing a max of 4 in the linebacker room next year, maybe 5 if Quay Rusar leaves. So you're definitely, there's a solid pitch there for guys like Nick Abrams, Roman Voss, the linebackers in this group, right? And then another guy that's currently a Florida State commit, Karan Maycock. He's on campus today. 3-star safety. You look at his size and his frame. These are guys that have been coming from these type of safeties. His skill set, the one high robber, ball hawk safeties. That's what Karan Maycock is. And I think I don't know what Coach Mo and Coach Jones and Womack say to safeties when they come and visit, but Jaira Edwards left here feeling like he could come in next year and be the counterpart or the third guy, the dime safety type feel. If he came in and developed, like he feels like he can. He looks at all the opportunity in the secondary, and that's the pitching point I'm throwing out there as a coach, right? Karan, this is an opportunity. We're looking for at least one more safety in this class. We got our 2 defensive backs that we want in Zion Gibson and Jordan Edmonds. We're working on Zay Hall is one. I think Zay Hall is a linebacker. We're killing the middle of our defense. We got our perimeter pretty much secure with the depth that we're building there. Chuck McDonald's coming on campus this year. Dijon Lee's a true freshman. You got guys from last year, your true freshman from last year. Xavier Brown's going to be there. Cam Calhoun's going to be there another year. A redshirt sophomore this year, I believe. Yeah, redshirt sophomore this year. So Cam Calhoun, even though he's getting draft grades, I believe he comebacks for another year to be that for sure boundary starter opposite of Dijon Lee and Xavier Brown next season. But you got a lot of guys in this class, in this secondary, that are looking at Alabama and really are making some serious business in the next 7 days. Today really starts, to me, from my experience, especially last year, the way the staff did it. Today, this Friday, starts the big recruiting week for next week, because next weekend is the huge weekend where we have all the big names showing up. You got Sadarian Morgan leading the pack coming in early that week. A strong Bama lean with Sadarian, and we might get an early commitment from Sadarian. I know he set his date to July 2nd, but I truly believe this young man's heart he's coming to that stage of this recruiting process where he's ready to settle down. And one thing about Sadarian, he's one of those kids that's going to keep the main thing. He looks like he's one of those flamboyant, flashy guys, but that's not his personality. He's definitely going to talk when he's on the field. He's going to pop his stuff, but he's one of those guys that he's a prover. He wants to prove every chance he gets. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get another announcement saying that he might, move his commitment date up. Do I think he's part of that quartet or trio of Bama commits that's supposed to be coming here soon? At the same time, I don't think so. He has our visit, and then I think he's going to take some time and speak with his family.
Because they've had a great time on all their visits, man. Their Colorado visit looked like it was fun. The Florida visit was like a regular visit, but that Colorado visit, I think, really opened his eyes to some things in his recruiting process, which it should. It should. When we talk about doing it right, even though we are pro Bama, we talking about doing right by our players and by these young men that we support on the daily. I think that's something that I'm glad to hear from him when we spoke. So a lot of things with recruiting this weekend. I'm gonna go through my list one more time. Big names. Oh yeah, did I talk about Samari and Wingo, wide receiver prospects? So there's a lot of not rumors. There's a lot of feels around this wide receiver room that we can lose up to 4 or 5 guys after this season, regardless of production, regardless, just because of what's on roster and what's being developed, the numbers. The third year under this system, you might see more schematical fit moves in those skill position areas. You can tell by the way that we're recruiting. Look at the wide receivers that we're targeting. Every wide receiver that's been getting like a priority look from Bama is like 6'2" right now. I think we got maybe 1 or 2 that's 5'10", that's like real targets. Booby Feast is 6 foot, right? He's one of the shorter ones. So, and I'm talking about like day one targets, guys that are priority. They're kind of swing guys. And then you look at the slot builds, they're like 6 foot, 6'1". Not too many 5'11", 5'10" guys coming in the Bama's wide receiver room right now, unless you're just super, super speedy like Lacier Brooks, Bubba Hampton, Jalen Mbakwe right there at the 6 foot, 5'11", 6 foot range. So you look at what's being brought on campus this week. Samari Wingo is a straight schematic fit, a route technician, a guy that's physical in run blocking on the perimeter. Like, he's a complete wide receiver in his 6'2" frame. This is a guy at the next level that can possibly play, 6'2", 6'3", 195, 205. And that's a big body wide receiver, right? That's a big body wide receiver. So it's going to be interesting having him. And he's had mad respect for Alabama. I know Florida and South Carolina are going to be pushing hard for this young man. Florida, DJ Lagway is an attractive quarterback target, and then you don't have as many. I don't think Florida is as deep in their wide receiver room as far as knowing what they have. They got athletes there, but they're not, as far as highly rated talent, they're not up there. And then South Carolina, they have a lot of weapons that they believe they're going to develop this year that are going to kind of pop this year. Lenore Sellis will be going into his senior year next year, if I'm not mistaken. So that'll be interesting. A great quarterback to play with. So 2 quarterback prospects there. And then, of course, the opportunity to be a part of the future in the transition with Keelan Russell. And like I said, I think we've been getting some quality intel from my sources saying that, these workouts, we're going to be talking about the workouts, have been going well with both quarterbacks. This might just be a situation this year where we'll talk about it. But Samari Wingo is a guy that I'm excited about. What was that comment, Mary J? It says, Coach, do you think we will have players leave after the season due to system development? Of course. I think you got some guys that's kind of straggling along there and on the roster, really trying to give it their all and stay dedicated to development, maximizing their opportunity to be at Alabama. And this is a staff that you want to learn from. You may not be able to get on the field. This is your redshirt sophomore year or your junior year, and you may not be cracking the depth chart and getting in that, that concrete rotational position. And this is your year to really create value for yourself with practice film. You get those one-off opportunities where you're either playing pickup garbage time or we're in 11s in practice during scout team, and it's your opportunity. But also not just during that, man, there's opportunities on special teams you can create value for yourself. And I can't wait to see like the depth chart. I can't wait to see how the special teams aligns, because we haven't really talked much about the kicking game. We haven't talked much about the return game. So as we get closer to the season, we're going to dive into those topics. But that's a good question. I think there'll be a few pieces, but then you also got to factor in guys haven't been able to develop a system because of injuries. I look at Bubba Hampton, for instance, like that was a huge hit on his progression and development at the since the transition, because he was here when Saban stayed through the Saban transition, and then last year trending upwards to play some quality minutes and things of that nature, and then has an injury in spring. So tough to see that happen to the young man. But continue to run the likes up on YouTube, man. I appreciate y'all for being here. We got 21 people in the chat right now, 19 likes on the stream. We got to hit our like goal of 25. We've been hitting that like goal every day this week. Don't change it up now. Then also, we got 95 on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, drop a comment, man. I would love to see a comment on Twitter. I think when you comment on Twitter, you have to actually be in the live. You can't comment like under the thread that's not in the live. So if you watching it from your phone, it looks weird. That's the reason why. That's the reason why. But thank y'all for being here. So that's a little bit about recruiting this weekend. Samari and we go watch out for some stories around him. Brandon Aronson, like I said, a long shot in my book. I just feel like what he's demanding, not even NIL chat, and I don't think there's a demand. He knows what he's worth. There's charts and things that tell you that, but the demand to, or the desire, I won't say demand, the desire to be impactful on both sides of the ball has got to be a focal point. And maybe that comes in the form of having a realistic opportunity to be kick return, punt return, and be in the 4-man rotation in that cornerback room, man. I think he can come in and be in the 4-man rotation, 5-man rotation next year. You got a lot of dime set looks that we throw out there when we put an extra wolf or not extra wolf or extra husky or rover out there on the field. And sometimes that entails moving a cornerback asset like Dash to the perimeter so that you can go zero coverage, use his speed, use his pure covering ability. Roman Voss. One last name I didn't say nothing about him, Elijah Golden. Elijah Golden is here this weekend. I'm not sure where we sit with him. I know Oklahoma is starting to make a push for him. I just don't know. 6'3.5", 270 defensive lineman, 260, 270 defensive lineman. I just don't know about Golden, how he fits on this interior. I think he fits more of a 2-gap scheme. He has. If this was a Saban defense, I think Golden would be a serious priority. 4-star, could make that clip that 5-star, but I just don't see the diversity that we're. And I'm not saying he's not good. Definitely a record aggressive, but the diversity that we're targeting in this class, I don't see it. And maybe he's the one off that is your plug guy. You get what I'm saying in this class? Because I haven't seen one in the really targeted or offer made. I don't see a plug defensive tackle guy. I think you got 2 or 3 of those on roster already that's going to be there for another 2 or 3 years. You're really trying to solidify your bandits, your defensive tackles, guys that's next to those nose guards, so those tackles. So, yeah, pretty interesting weekend. We're going to be able to get some news from. Shout out to everybody on the Facebook side. Rico, appreciate the like over there on that side, man. Drop a comment in the chat, man. Let me know where y'all watching from right now as we transition and segue into our next segment. Now, the next topic of conversation, I think y'all are going to be interested about. We always love to get into topics of conversation about preseason rankings and all of this stuff, and seeing where our team players and all of that stuff measures up. So today we got a few charts we're going to dive into. We're going to look at, and we're going to give our reactions to where some of these experts have our position groups ranked according to the Pro Football Focus. And we're going to do that here on the Coach Smook Network. So don't go anywhere. Right after this break, we'll be right back. And we'll be talking about these player rankings. And then we'll close the show out with a few comments, questions, answers. And then we'll be ready for our show tonight. Don't forget, we moved our recruit segment to Friday Night Lights. We're going to put it under the lights. So many kids want to be seen, man. I can't wait to hey. And with that, man, please, I put the link out early just so y'all can share it. I really want eyes to show up, not for my channel. Trust me. And I know it might sound cliche and cheesy, but I could care less. When I get text messages from parents after my show and say, Coach Smook, appreciate what you did, Southeast Louisiana or Eastern Missouri or Austin P reached out to my son and said they was watching, your show, or they reached out and said they'd be in touch. They saw your highlights. When that happens, and this happened over the year, multiple times, when that happens, that's what we're trying to do. So the more eyes that see it, the better. On all platforms, make sure y'all come to and share that YouTube link. Come share that YouTube link. We'll be live on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter tonight for the Friday Night Lights. We might try to do Instagram too, but YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter for sure will be live tonight. So y'all get ready to tap in with that. And yeah, right after this message, we'll get back into the show. Thank y'all for being here. And remember, come on, y'all, man. Y'all know what to do. Somebody put in the chat, say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. This is how you get in the game by becoming a member of the AAA family. Check it out, chat.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Better go subscribe. You do roll with the tide. I'm down in the gun with Coach Smook. Through the game, roll tide, roll tide. Better go subscribe. TikTok.
In the game, Coach, yes, yeah.
Man, y'all silly. Let's get it, man. Hey, come on, man. Let me know. Hey, real quick before we jump back into this, let me know where you're watching from. Let me know where you're watching from. I want to know where you are watching this show from here on the Coach Smook Network this morning. Thank you all for tapping in once again. Got us a little vibe this morning. Got a little fun. We always having fun over here on the Coach Smook Network. I almost had the wrong layout up. Hopefully y'all can see these words pretty good. Let me see if I could adjust this view for y'all. Y'all like the new layouts, don't y'all? Don't it look so clean and refreshing and like somebody actually care about us? Don't it look like somebody care about what they doing when they put this on the screen for y'all? That's all I do. I just want to show y'all that I care. On the scale of 1 to 10, rate this layout, chat. On the scale of 1 to 10, 1 being horrible and garbage and a bunch of right? I didn't cuss. I just wanted to see if the button was gonna work. It's working. Can y'all hear it? There was a delay. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. But welcome back into the show, man. Appreciate y'all for being here, man. We here to have a good time. Listen, Alabama PFF preseason pro focus football player focus. Is it pro focus? Pro focus, right? Pro focus football rankings, right? And you got these preseason rankings, right? And I love how some of the metrics, and I think there's one with the wide receivers, and they gonna show you kind of like the metrics and how the grades are put out there. And if we want to talk about that in depth, we'll do it at another time. But I love some of the things that are considered. You know, receptions for wide receivers had the depth of reception, the target, you know, the throw by the quarterback. There's certain things that factor in, and you got statisticians sitting up there watching each player, each game, and going back and rewatching these games and providing these stats and these analytics. So it's kind of cool to see it, and they're doing it based off the stats reported from the team. So a lot of things are based on how well you keep your information inside your locker room, and that's why you see so much money going into these programs. You got to pay people to do that. That's a whole nother topic of conversation. But Alabama, we're talking about the position groups and where they rank preseason. Now, talking about Alabama's quarterback room, everybody, we've been talking about our quarterback battle. Let's talk about just the overall value of this quarterback room. I have been one that has been very much so advocated for if we're getting similar production from the likes of Keelan Russell, right? I'm rolling a true freshman. I've been in support of that idea. I'm rolling a true freshman. If he's going out, he's producing the same quality production. He's delivering the ball. He's putting it on pace. He's putting throwing the guys in stride. I'm throwing my true freshman phenom out there. If that's what the case is, when we come back to a QB room PFF ranks, add that little, make the banner a little bit longer. I want a little longer banner. I want the banner to be awesome. I know somebody else, but yeah. So looking at it, the quarterback room. This is the write up, and this is Max Chadwick. Y'all know, very respected in the industry. A lot of his stuff is pretty accurate preseason when it comes to ranking these, like doing position rankings and things of that nature. You seen last year Alabama's offensive line, when there was the full strength offensive line, was a top 5 offensive line, and he predicted that they would be number 3. They were top 5, I believe, top 4. So pretty accurate with some of these things. And we had early injuries to Caden Proctor. Still was trying to figure out the situation with the right tackle position, and it ended up shaping out. Now, looking at the write-up, it says none of the Crimson Tide's options at quarterback have started a game yet, but it's still a room with a lot of potential. Redshirt junior Ty Simpson is the most likely candidate to start after 3 years on the bench. The former 5-star recruit has impressed when given the opportunity, though, earning a 83.2 PFF grade on 188 career snaps. 188 career snaps, chat. 188 career snaps, and I don't care how you say it or how you look at it. When you have 188 career snaps, and this next part of this article is what follows, you have to be worried that you do not have a long leash. And if Ty Simpson is going to play and be the starter the whole season and keep the job firmly, he is going to have to perform like no other, because they believe in this young man. True freshman Keelan Russell was also a 5-star coming out of high school and was the number 2 overall recruit from the 2025 class. Redshirt sophomore Austin Mack rounds out the room and was a 4-star recruit from the 2023 cycle. Or early enrollee, he reclassified to come in early. So he's really only a year older than Keelan Russell. When we talk about experience, he might have a lot of familiarity in the system, but he's still developing. He's only literally a year older than Keelan Russell. He's still developing. That's why when we talked about him this past spring and his performance, it's not surprising to see the inconsistency. You know, have one great practice, 2 good practices in a week, and then go crap the bed in the scrimmage, because now it's scrimmage day, it's performance day. We got some familiarity. We've seen you now. Now we're going to make you adjust, and now I can't adjust as good. So now it's time to get back in the lab, and that's what Austin Mack is dealing with. But as far as Russell, to continue to progressively get better through each situation, to where you force yourself into QB2 role, right behind a 4th year redshirt junior in Ty Simpson, who's had 188 snaps. Ty Simpson has played some meaningful game time. USF game, I don't care, talking about the rain or whatever, it was a game. And then he's also played multiple snaps in pickup time over his 4 years. So to be in the position that he is, and I'm sorry about that, y'all, to be in the position that he's in is not worrisome. It's definitely going to cause him to really dial it in and want to put his best product out there every day in practice. And so for that creates good competition. What are your feels around Alabama being ranked number 9? And I'm going to put a poll in the chat. Do I have mods that have can put polls in the chat? As a matter of fact, no, we good. Alabama QB room ranking fair at 9. Is that QB room ranking fair at number 9 in the chat? We're gonna leave that up for about 2 minutes while I finish giving this dialogue, and we got about 30 minutes left on the show. So let's make sure we get active in the chat, replying to the poll. I would love to see anybody on the other platforms. If you want to see the poll, come over to the YouTube side. I'm sorry, y'all. I got my green screen. I'm looking like long run over there. All right, but come over to the YouTube side and tap in over on the YouTube side and interact in that chat. I know we got it on all platforms, but the YouTube side is where the chat is. That's where you're gonna get the quality interaction with the whole chat. So pull up, comment, let me know. Fair ranking for this Alabama team. Polk County is in the house. Birmingham is in the house. The Gump. Deborah, you in the Gump? You better hit me up. Ain't no way I've been lit. All right, you better hit me up, sis. Got T-Town in the house, man. We got everybody in the house checking in. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. And everybody that wanted to let me know where you watching from. I know where you live at, so hopefully your refrigerator's full because your boy likes to eat. I'm gonna find you, Deborah. Sis, I'm gonna find you. And I know you can cook. So yeah, be prepared. Y'all, she done messed up, y'all. She done messed up. Let me stop, man. And I appreciate y'all for being here supporting. Let's go here. Let's see what we up next. Now, let's go to the other side of the ball. We started with quarterbacks. I want to go to a position group that everybody's excited about. I think the whole Bama fan base can agree on this when we talk about where our worries were last year and where our least of our worries are this year, and that's in the Alabama secondary. I want to talk about it here. The Alabama secondary is probably going to be the most talented secondary we've seen. I will compare this secondary to the 2011, 12, 13 stretch secondary, and also that 15 to 17 stretch with the Minkas and the Tony Browns and the Eddie Jacksons and the Milners, like all of those. This is the type of talent group. I think this might be top to bottom. Come on, guys. Say whatever you want, but this might be top to bottom the most talented secondary group, and I mean top to bottom. The most talented secondary group we've seen at Alabama. I really do believe that. And shout out to my guy Adrian, man, tapping in. We got the pups tapping in, man. Got them puppies tapping in, man. Go puppies. Shout out to my brother Adrian, man. Appreciate you, Marlon Humphrey. Facts, Zach. Ha. He was part of that early little that group. Who else? Anthony Avery, Rodney Harrison. Is it Harris? Rodney Harrison. Yeah. And who's the other one that followed him up? Deontay Thompson. We have some dudes, man. Diggs. Cyrus Jones, college Cyrus Jones was cold. Like, man, this is like I feel like we got all those different. Drake Kirkpatrick is his namesake, and I ain't gonna say he looked like Pops out there. He a whole different skill set. Don't even have the same skill sets there. A lot of similarities in how he moves, but he's a ball hawk, man. I don't think Dre was as much of a ball hawk as Dre Jr. I don't think Dre the third. But yeah, just the secondary top to bottom. So looking at the article, and appreciate everybody for tapping in. We just hit our 25 like goal. 25 like goal over here, man. Hold up. I got a little thing I want to try something. Hold on, let me see. I like that, Jonathan. Can we run that back? Y'all heard that? All right, one more time. Man, y'all silly. Y'all better stop, man. Y'all be acting up worse than I do sometimes, bro. I swear. Y'all, you know what? Sometimes I have to wonder, is it my fault or is it y'all fault that people talk about us the way they do? It might be a little bit of both. I'm pretty sure it might be a little bit of both. We're gonna talk about it a little bit later. We're gonna have a family meeting tonight in Discord, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we have a little family meeting. I don't know. Maybe we do that. So Alabama secondary. Here goes the write up on it. Between Bray Hubbard and Keon Sapp, the Crimson Tide may have the best safety duo in college football. Hubbard is number 6 safety in America and ranked 6th at the position in college football. In both PFF overall grade 89.2 and PFF coverage grade 89.7 this past season. His 21.3 passer rating when targeted was 5th best mark among FBS safeties too. Sapp missed the last 6 games of the season with an injury, but was the number 9 safety entering into last year's group. And with the guys that exited last year, and pending a full recovery, you expect him to be like your first or your second safety coming off the board in this draft coming up. So while at Michigan in 2023, the sophomore was one of 6 Power 5 safeties who earned 80+ grades in both coverage and as a run defender. And we all know how important the safety position is as far as run support in this scheme. With this vision coverage on the back end is very important. Got to be a solid tackler to be able to do this. My guy Adrian says, "Love you, brother. Can't wait till you guys under lights, Sanford Stadium, baby." Hey, listen, I ain't gonna be under them lights. I'm gonna be in them parking lots, though. I'm gonna tell you that. We gonna be out there, man. We definitely gonna be out there in them parking lots. I ain't trying to go in that stadium. All that barking I'm gonna have to hear anyways, man. Yeah, you know, y'all Athens folks, y'all get real touchy when y'all lose, man. Y'all get real touchy. Break it down. Hey, Alabama also added Cameron Calhoun. I believe if he comes out next year, eligible draft guy, he comes out next year. I think he's probably an early second round pick as a redshirt sophomore, 3rd year in college football, 2nd year playing. But Alabama also added Cameron Calhoun, the transfer portal, my number 10 returning corner in the country. So you got 3 guys in the secondary that are being ranked in the top 10 of their position entering into the season. At every spot on the field. You got Cameron Calhoun, who might be a boundary corner in this scheme, right? Pushing Xavier Brown inside the nickel to that rover position, right? He's a top 10 corner. Damani Jackson, he's a top 10 corner. And then Xavier Brown, a true freshman. Let's see what it say. The Crimson Tide returned both of their starting outside corners from last season as well, and Damani Jackson, Xavier Brown, the latter of whom passed with an impressive 70.7 coverage grade as a true freshman. And then we still have Deshaun Jones in the locker room that they believe is going to take over the slot. I don't think it's set up like that. I think Deshaun Jones is going to be in rotation. He probably won't be the primary guy there, but definitely a sure tackler. That's what he's going to be there for, more so the same role we kind of saw Devontae Smith play in last year. You didn't see him get a lot of reps, but he was really heavy utilized in the run support, a lot of quick game, a lot of underneath stuff. That's what Deshaun Jones is going to be with his experience. He's going to be a quality guy there. Then you talk about the true freshman Dijon Lee. He's going to be in the rotation. Xavier Mincy just switched over to safety full time, right? Still going to be an asset at corner, his natural position. Then you're bringing in a true freshman in Chuck McDonald. You have Ike Taylor on that roster, right? Still got Dre Kirkpatrick, depth, right? You got a lot. Red Morgan looking good in workouts. We're gonna talk about it, man. All right, next group. Let's see who we talk about next. So Alabama, what's your thoughts? Let's get the answers from our last poll real quick. 56% of you say Alabama is it's fair. It's fair at 9. 56% of you said it's fair at rank 9. The quarterback room being ranked number 9, and then the other 44% of you said it's not fair. So I agree with the 56. A bunch of unproven, a bunch of potential. Definitely talented based off the ranking structure and the system that we put so much weight into and give so much credit to. I think it's a solid move. All right, listen. So I was wrong. Alabama was ranked number 1 in this position group last year. And this is I truly believe if we really fit, if everybody executes, this can be a number 1 group this year across college football. And that's the offensive line here at the University of Alabama, coming in as the number 1 ranked offensive line for the 2nd straight year by PFF. Last year, they kind of fell off trying to get everything together because of the injuries across the front. But this year, coming in, we got all the offseason injury bug stuff fixed. A few minor operations happened here and there with a few players. Nothing extenuated to where they had to miss any walkthrough time or team workout time, or are missing extensive time being able to develop and work on their craft. So a lot of quality things happening with the offensive line as far as depth with this recruiting class that we just got. So you look at it, for the second straight year, the Crimson Tide have the top offensive line in our ranking. They're the only school in the country to feature 3 offensive linemen who made the top 10 of my potential rankings in left tackle Caden Proctor, center Parker Brailsford, and right guard Jaden Roberts. Staples at each segment of your offensive line, which is huge. Returning production, quality guys that are have some continuity and are going to be able to give you quality reps and impact the game. Proctor is my number 3 offensive tackle in college football and has put up elite tape against elite competition. And this is what scares me about Caden Proctor, because I think there's a lot less elite competition that he's going to have to see because of the spread in his offensive line. Can he still perform at a high clip? He seems to drop off when he doesn't have to perform against a first-round draft pick or a high-end defensive lineman. Weird as it may seem, this writer Max Chadwick says it. He says it. He says the former 5-star recruit has a 90.4 pass blocking grade with only 1 pressure allowed on 96 blocking snaps against big teams that have multiple first-round draft picks on their roster in their front. Brailsford is the second most valuable returning power forward center since 2023, according to the PFF wins above average metric, and is my number 7 interior offensive lineman in the country. Roberts placed 10 on the list and has a 77.8 PFF run blocking grade since 2023, 10th among power 4 guards. Alabama does have a couple of unproven players at right tackle and left guard, and Wilkin Foreman and Texas A&M transfer Cam Dewberry, but the above trio is good enough for it to lead the list. Not only are those guys fighting for a position to be contributing, we still have Geno Vandermark, who was trending upward last year in this scheme and in this system, being productive, right? Geno Vandermark is there. Then you also have the young guys in Michael Carroll and Jackson Lloyd really impacting and getting quality reps. Oldest Alanine in that interior, right? Guys just ready. Casey Poe is still there, right? Michael Dubose is a young guy developing. Jackson Lloyd, we talked about him. Who else is on that offensive line? William Sanders, right? Another guy. Just a lot of big bodies that are just continuing to develop. And with the offensive line, man, usually you only need a solid year to really create some value for yourself at the next level. And the demand for high-end offensive line isn't at that high in the NFL. You see a lot of guys, a lot of offensive linemen go in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round. So these guys understand that, and they're focused on developing. That's why you see offensive linemen usually stay for, if they're not 3-year starters, they stay for 4 years. 4 years. And now with this new thing, being able to get a 5th-year eligibility, you see them trying to stay that 5th year with NIL. You collect that check. So Alabama's offensive line coming in at rank number 1. I think everybody's happy about that and will agree. Now, this next group, this is something that we want to see. We saw get better last year, right? But we want to see this group really evolve. And we think this is the missing piece to Alabama's defense being somewhat Saban era-like with their production and their dominance and their ability to impose their will. And that's the linebacker room. That is the linebacker room. I want to talk about this room, and this might be the last group we discuss today. And then we're going to transition to our last topic, Mary J, because we got to get this live done by 1:15, the hour 15. Well, we want to be closing down at the hour 15 mark. So, coming in at number 8, Alabama's linebacker room. Alabama's linebacker room. It's not defensive line. We got the linebacker. She tried to beat me to the punch. She thought I was going to do the linebacker room. We got the linebacker room. The Crimson Tide did lose a 1st-round pick in Jahad Campbell, right? But we still have Deontay Lawson coming back from an injury. You go in the portal, you get Nakai Hill-Green. You got 2 high-end recruits in. You got Justin Jefferson, who came on last year after Lawson's injury and was probably the catalyst into why we saw the quality production we saw from Jahad Campbell, with him and Jefferson playing a lot of reps together towards the end of the season. Then you turn around, you got some young guys in that room. You got Caden Jones, QB Reese. You got Fatul Henry, who's going to be floating in and out that inside linebacker room. Rumors of not Duke Johnson, but Noah Carter probably making that transition to that inside linebacker room coming into the fall, showing his versatility and his frame. 6'4", 235, 240 right now, 245, I believe Noah Carter is. So there's a lot of flexibility being showcased in this linebacker room when you talk about personnel available. But the write-up says still have Deontay Lawson. My number 7 linebacker in America has 8 forced incompletions since 2023, tied for the most among all returning linebackers in college football. So something that we've always highlighted about Lawson, he's great in coverage, but run fits have kind of been his struggle. Securing tackles in the run game has been a struggle. His 56 run defense stops is in that same span, stand third among returning power 4 linebackers. You saw the amount of linebackers get taken in the draft this year. So Deontay Lawson, based off this PFF, is looking like still a first rounder. Justin Jefferson is back for a senior year after posting 69.7 with his limited amount of, I guess you could say, impactful opportunities. You see the snaps. It's crazy that he had 400 snaps and we didn't see those 400 snaps on the defensive side, right? We didn't see those on the defensive side. Maybe in special teams, it's majority of those, but can't wait to see him full go. And then Alabama has added Colorado linebacker Nikhai Hill-Green from the transfer portal, who tied for the 8th among Power 4 linebackers with 53 defensive stops last year. Nikhai Hill-Green. I want to talk about A.J. Sanders, Abdul Sanders Jr., and QB Reese. I believe the next wave of inside linebackers as far as starters and their counterparts that will assist them in their growth and continue to create value for their inside linebacker room rotation in Duke Johnson and Luke Metz. I think there's a set group of guys that are able to say, okay, we are the next wave, we're the mold, we are building it. Duke Johnson is probably the one that's probably, as far as development-wise, in the inside linebacker room, he's probably the guy that you're most worried about as far as development, because he's played so much as an athlete everywhere on the field. He's having to play strictly linebacker right now. And it's going to be a learning curve for him. If he sticks with it, he's going to be a lead in his defense. But then to be able to do it in a space where you're not the foregone, saying you get to play kind of like the relief role in your first year in that role, that's going to help him tremendously. And he's going to be able to be productive. He's going to be able to impact, because you can't scheme for him every play. And he's going to be fresh a lot of times when you utilize him in those stunts and blitzes with his pass rushing skill sets, his pass rush moves. I mean, young man's just super athletic. Then Luke Metz is the do-it-all inside linebacker with strong safety-type skill sets, coverage, tackling, just all over the field, going to swarm to the ball. Bunch of linebackers in that room that I'm excited about. And that's just the inside linebacker room. We didn't even mention the edge guys. We won't even talk about that wolf room today. We'll be here all day salivating over the type of talent in that room. But everybody, man, hold up, give it up for yourselves, man. Appreciate everybody here on the Coach Smook Network tapping in this morning. Listen, if y'all have fun, man, put some hashtag, put me in the game, coach, in the chat, man. It was fun. I think I had fun. Final thoughts here on today's show. Thank everybody for pulling up again. We got 26 likes on the stream. Having a good old time today. Those PFF rankings, if you all want to find them, we can provide the links in the chat, or you can just continue to follow my Twitter at Coach Smook. And I've been commenting and sharing a lot of them. Just continue to support through that way. But also, don't forget, man, drop a like on the stream if you're on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, react. Your heart reactions, your likes, your laughing emojis can be seen. Twitter, retweet, all of that good stuff. And everywhere, man, just continue to spread the word about the Coach Smook Network. We've been hitting our like goals like crazy for the past month and a half. I appreciate everybody's support. One thing that we do want to increase on, though, is our shares. I want everybody, when you come in next time, make sure, even if you watching this post live, make sure you share the live stream. Do it on a public platform. Don't inbox it to people as much you can. If for people that, I have an uncle that I send my show to every day. I have to inbox to him because he don't know how to turn his notifications on. So I send it to him. I don't even think he has a YouTube account because he say he be commenting, but I never see your comments. So maybe you just need to create a Gmail and stop thinking everything a conspiracy. Okay, I got one of them uncles. I got a few of them uncles, chat. So don't talk about my family. Y'all got them too. But with that being said, make sure y'all check out our merch. Make sure y'all tune in tonight again. We have the link up already. The show kicks off at 8:30, I believe I set it up for. I think it's set it up for 8:30. We got shout out to Mary J for being a VIP member. I can see what type of members y'all are when y'all post these members. As a matter of fact, run those up real quick. Let's see. Members, pop y'all stuff today. Pop them membership badges today. Pop y'all stuff this Friday. We're gonna pop. As a matter of fact, let's get the right beat on so we can turn up the right way, man. We ain't did this in a while. When the last time we heard this one, chat? Yeah.
This guy got 4 fingers for real.
Yo, let's go, let's go. 78 kickoff. 78 kickoff, chat. What we gonna do till then? Might as well turn up. Might as well turn up. Oh, let's go. Might as well turn up. Hey, might as well turn up. Might as well turn up. Hey. Y'all, trip, man. For yourself, man. So turn up one time, chat. Y'all turn, man. Show that AAA love, man. I appreciate y'all for showing love. But become a member of the AAA family. Join, man. We got some quality stuff being put out, members only. I want to put out the reveal, man, for this recruiting stuff. But y'all know me. I care more about being able to get the information to y'all the way we've been doing it rather than get these clicks. But just know, man, some presentation. That's what I'm gonna say. Remember I said this. Remember everybody, chat. Adrian, you a Bama fan. I mean you're a Georgia fan. So you know I don't be lying, bro. You know I be knowing all my stuff. But remember I said this, chat. Presentation is everything in today's college football. Presentation is everything, right? Everything needs to be big. You can't be basic at Alabama. Meaning, if I got some big stuff happening, I'm not going to just Hayes Fawcett it. I'm not just going to coach Smook it, right? I'm going to say this. I'm gonna say this last thing. And if y'all start catching my drift, I want y'all to put the shush emoji in the chat if y'all start catching my drift. If you catch my drift after this statement, while we're closing the show out, I want you to put shush emojis in the chat and I'll put them up on the screen as we close out. So with that being said, I'm going to say this. Last year, I did the same exact thing. It was on a Sunday. And I said something about something happening on a Monday. That Monday, you all remember, people tearing me, ripping me apart. This, that, and the third. You don't know nothing, this, that, and the third. I went through that whole week telling people, just wait on it. Remember? I kept saying, just wait on it. That following Monday, what do we have? Commitment Monday. Y'all remember the live stream? Big Commit Monday. Big Commit Monday. Early July. We saw a lot of players, not just Alabama, but a lot of players going into the 4th of July weekend, the weekend after, or the week after 4th of July, making those commitments. You see a lot of these guys already talking about setting their commitment dates, July 2nd, July 6th, July 9th, right? Do not be surprised if there's a big commitment Monday coming soon. Be surprised. Do not be surprised. Listen, trust me. Antoine Thomas want to be in the AAA. You got to go get that link, man. Adrian, what happened to your wristband, Adrian? You used to be the only Georgia fan with a wristband. Now it's 2 of them in the chat. They just don't show up as much. They here though. Better represent, Adrian. They coming for your spot. Adrian, we gotta catch that smoke, man. When you want to get on the game, I might get on it after it is live. Around 11:30, 12:30. Anybody want to do some midday gaming? I want to play with some subscribers. I want to play with some family today. So y'all let me know. 1 hour, 13 minutes. Yes. We in there, Mary J. Fussing at me in the chat. I'm just playing. She ain't fussing, y'all. Shout out to Mary J in the back for doing what she do, man. We've been, as you all can see, the transitions have been way smoother this week. 2 weeks of steady, trying to get some consistency with our schedule. has definitely provided us with some quality opportunities to do what we've been doing. And we're looking for more people to add to the team. We're looking for more people to add to the team to help out. We got guys, people working in spot, not working, volunteering in spots where they feel comfortable right now. My boy said he signed back up. All right, bet. Let's get him squared away. But we got a lot of people doing what we doing, or supporting on the back end. Megan was clutch the other day with a lot of topics and things that kind of forced me to read into some other things. And I was forced to call and have a conversation, and we were put in the right direction of things. So everything that you all are contributing as far as being a part of the Coach Smook Network team, moderators, whether you're on the moderator side or the administrative side, or you're on the advertising side, it is very much appreciated and is very much needed in order for us to keep growing. Our goal is to set this up to where 2028, when we launch full business, full publication, or whatever you want to call it, we want to provide opportunities, internships. We want to do all of that for the sports media industry. But also, we're stepping into our full-time consulting. Coach Smook Hines is going to be a full-time consultant for high school athletic consultant. We're going through our courses, not necessarily courses, some of the NDA stuff and all the things that you have to go through in order to represent, not necessarily represent, but consult without having any like legal binding things going on. And we're providing our services, man. Right now, we're just providing them through the network. From a media standpoint, that way we don't cross any lines. We're doing it the right way so that we don't cross any lines and try to present something that we're not. My guy DJ Cunningham just hit me up on Twitter, man. Shout out to him, man. Prattville High School prospect. Y'all gonna see him rising up the I think one of the things you see with this ain't him. This is the other kid. Cunningham. Cunningham is the young man. I thought this was DJ Cunningham, the freshman out of Prattville, is rising. Alabama going to offer that young man. Alabama going to offer that young man. He's going to be a sophomore next year. He's coming into the sophomore year. Alabama going to offer him. But that's just how we do the show, y'all. But thank y'all for supporting as always. Don't forget to check out our merch. We still have our merch site. Everything you need is on the Linktree link. All the links work. We check them like once a week. Linktree works. We're going to add the new merch site as soon as it gets done, man. We're taking our time doing it. So when the season starts and our viewership picks up, everything runs smoothly. So you guys that are here, y'all going through the mud with it with me. You all right? Y'all, we going through the mud together. So I appreciate y'all for tapping in once again. I'm your boy, Coach Smook, man. And I appreciate everything that you all are doing. And remember, man, when you see me in the streets, holler at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow on all platforms at Coach Smook, Coach Smook Gaming, and Smook Hines on all platforms. Appreciate y'all. Y'all be blessed. And don't forget, roll tide.
Better go subscribe. You do roll with the tide. I'm down in the gun with Coach Smook. Through the game, roll tide, roll tide. Better go subscribe. TikTok. Subscribe. You do off that banner, man. I can't hear your keys to take the lead from Piano Man. He's black, not red like tomato juice. I heard you bounce around like a clown. I call him kangaroo. So I hope you get that hint. I just speak intelligent. You speak your segment from the pen. True. That's in my own word. Position make you switch. In my own word. Authenticity above all is something they can never be. Just my humble opinion. They fair weather jealousy. Triple A, we down, we don't change boat. Alabama roll tide, put me in the game, go. Down in the gum, down in the gum.